and we'll get started. So if
Yeah.
you're seeing my screen now, you see the graph, 1/2 absolute value, x plus 2 plus 4. Do you see that there?
Yeah.
What is the parent function?
The parent function,
Yes. It's those two.
fx equals x.
It's the absolute value of x. The absolute value of x. Okay. So this graph is V-shaped. Okay. And they want you to graph 3 points. So I'm going to make a table for the parent function here. 3 points here. We're going to go with x and y. So we'll go with -4. Zero. Sorry, let me just think through this a bit for a moment here. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go -4, 0, and 4. Okay, so y is the absolute value of x. So you have to take the absolute value of this number, which makes it +4. This makes it 0. And then the positive number stays positive. Okay, so we need to graph these 4 points here on the graph. 3 points. I'm sorry. So you've got 0, 0, 4, 4.
Yeah.
And -4, 4. So this is your left graph. This is your parent graph.
All right. So okay. All right. So parent function is y equals x, right?
Absolute value of x.
Okay. All right, -4, 4. Okay.
So let me know when you get this graph down. That's the leftmost graph. And then we're going to talk about the domain and then the range.
All right, there. Okay, got it down.
Okay, so the domain for absolute value functions is always all real numbers.
Okay.
So you don't ever have to worry about that changing. It's always all real numbers.
Always all real numbers. Okay.
Yes.
So, okay, all real numbers. Okay.
The range though depends on whether the graph opens up or if it opens down. This graph on the left, does it appear to open up or does it appear to open down?
Probably saying open up.
Yes, it does open up. So in this case, it's y greater than or equal to, and we've got to figure out the number here. The number here is the smallest number. What's the smallest number that you see on this? Where does it touch on that graph? What's the y value there?
The y value.
Yeah, what's the y value there? There's x, and what's the y value?
Okay. The y value is 0.
0. So the range is all the y values, and the y values are all greater than or equal to 0.
Okay.
So I think you have to get that down also.
Okay.
For domain and range.
All right.
Okay, so now we're going to do that middle graph.
Okay.
Okay, so that middle graph, we're going to do a transformation. We're going to do the transformation for what we've got here. So let's go. Do you have to use all 3 graphs, or can you just use one? Because we can
use one.
Yeah, can we just do the middle one, or do we need to show more than one transformation?
Okay.
I'm asking you because I don't know what your instructor wants here.
All right, so for that, I would say that it is the transformations of fx equals x plus h.
Well, yes, there's actually three transformations.
Okay.
So the first transformation is this x plus 2. That moves it
Okay.
left 2 units.
Left 2 units. Okay.
Okay, so that's our first transformation. Let me know when you're back. Sourish, let me know when you're there.
Okay. All right. So okay.
So the second transformation is this 1/2.
Okay.
The 1/2, it's a vertical compression
Yeah.
by 1/2.
Okay. By 1/2, right?
Yep. And then the third transformation is this plus 4. That moves everything up 4 units.
Okay.
Okay, so this first transformation here, this changes x.
This changes x. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
The second transformation changes y. And the third transformation also changes y. Okay, so we're gonna do these together and then we're gonna graph it. I'm gonna go back and grab this parent function here. Okay, so we're gonna do each of these transformations. So the first transformation we're gonna do is, we wrote this down up here. We're gonna go left 2 units, left 2 units.
Okay.
So that affects only x. Only the x values, only this first column is going to be affected.
Okay.
So when you go left 2 units, what does that do? You're going to subtract 2.
Subtract 2. Okay.
From x. So sometimes
Okay.
it's easier to work with the positive ones. What is 4 minus 2?
4 minus 2 is 2.
Okay. What is 0 minus 2?
0 minus 2 is 0 minus 2 is okay. 0 minus 2, it is negative
2.
0, right?
Negative 2.
Or
0.
negative 2. Negative 2.
Okay. And then the last one here is minus 4 minus 2. That's minus 6. And this time you keep the x values, but the y values. The y values stay the same.
Okay.
Okay, so for our next transformation, we said that it only changes y. It's a vertical compression by 1/2. Vertical compression by 1/2. So that only changes y. So the x values, the first column, it's going to stay exactly the same. Do you see how these numbers are the same as these numbers?
Okay. All right.
But the y values, here's what we're going to do with the y values. We're going to multiply them by 1/2. We're going to multiply 4 by 1/2, 0 by 1/2, and then 4 by 1/2.
4 by 1/2. Okay.
What is 4 times 1/2, or what is 1/2 of 4?
4 times 1/2 is 4 times 1/2 is okay. 1/8.
It's 1/2 of 4. You have 4 things. You're sharing it with 2 people. How much does each person get? What is 4 times 1/2?
4 times 1/2. It is 4 times 1/2 is half of 4.
Yes, half of 4. Half of 4 is 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Half of 0 is still 0. And half of 4 is 2.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have one more transformation to do. The last one, we're going to go up 4 units. Up 4 units. Okay, so when you go up, that only changes y. Since it only changes y, the first column is going to remain the same.
Yeah.
But the second column, when we're going up 4 units, we're going to add 4 to each y value.
Okay.
So 2 plus 4 is 6. 0 plus 4 is 4. 2 plus 4 is 6.
Yeah.
So this last one, this is what we're going to graph on this. These are the points we're going to graph.
Okay.
So do you have this table down?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we have minus 6, 6, minus 2, 4, and 2, 6. Oops, didn't get that point. Okay. So do you see that the graph looks
So
like
what is the
this?
transformation of the what is the formula for the transformation?
We're graphing it.
Okay.
The 3 transformations are listed here in blue and red.
Okay.
Okay, so let me know when you get this graph down. This is that middle graph.
There we go.
Okay, so now the domain. The domain is always all real numbers.
Yeah.
What is the range? The
All
range,
real numbers. Okay. And so the formula is
just like before, it opens up. Since it opens up, y is greater than or equal to some number. It's whatever the y value is there. What is the y value there?
y value there. Okay.
What is the y value at that point? I'm just asking you to look for the y value on this graph.
Okay. Okay. And okay. So and a y is that greater than or less than?
It's a greater than.
Greater than, less than, greater greater than, less than, that is going to be 2.
The y value. What is the y
Yeah.
value there?
-2.
How high up is it? How far up do you have to go to get to it?
4.
4. So y is greater than or equal to 4.
Yep. All right. So so the formula is what?
There is no formula. This is the domain, all real numbers, and the range is y greater than or equal to 4. You want to get that down for both.
Yeah, but what is the transformation at the line under the transformation? What's that on top?
These 3 on the right here. Left 2 units, vertical compression by 1/2, and up 4 units.
Okay.
Did you get these 3 transformations written down?
these transformations.
The one in blue, the one in red, and then the other one in red.
There's no space, so no.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to write them somewhere else.
Okay, I will write them somewhere else. Okay, I think it's good.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to B. 1B.
Okay.
So I'm gonna snip it in and talk about how to do it.
Left 2 units. Okay.
Let me know when you're ready for us to work on B.
Wait, are we? Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm ready to be.
Okay, so A of X equals 1/2 absolute value X plus 2 plus 4. And this question is asking for the Y-intercept. Okay, the Y-intercept is when X equals 0. Like you have to associate those two things together. Y-intercept and X equals 0. So what that means is you're going to put a 0 wherever you see an X. So notice I put a 0 there for X and I put a 0 there for X. Okay, and you do want to write all this down.
Okay, I'm writing that down. I'm writing it down.
Great.
Okay.
Okay, so from here, we're just evaluating this, we're simplifying. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is do what's inside parentheses. What is 0 plus 2? What is 0 plus 2?
0 plus 2. Okay.
What is the answer to 0 plus 2?
0 plus 2. Okay.
Let me know when you're ready for us to work on this problem.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
Okay. What is 0 plus 2?
0 plus 2, 0 plus 2, okay. Zero plus 2 is 2.
That's right. So this is 1/2 the absolute value of 2 plus 4. So the part that I'm about to circle is the absolute value. The absolute value of a positive number is always a positive number. And now you're multiplying. So order
Yeah.
of operations here, you have multiplication and then addition. Which do you do first? Which do you do first, multiplication or addition?
Oh, okay. Multiplication.
That's right. So what is 1/2 of 2?
1/2 of 2. Okay.
Yeah, what is 1/2 of 2?
Okay, so I'm just gonna multiply. Okay, let me just do that. Okay, and that's gonna be
Do you want us to work on this together or do you want to work on it on your
I
own?
got so that is 1/4.
Nope, not
Okay.
correct.
All right, can you help me?
Sure. So 1/2 of 2 or 1/2 times 2. What that means is that you're taking 2 and you're cutting it in half. But all those words don't mean much. You're multiplying these two fractions. And when you multiply fractions, you multiply the top and then you multiply the bottom. So what is 1 times 2?
1 times 2. Okay.
What is 1 times 2?
1 times 2 is 2.
Okay, and 2 times 1?
2 times 1. Okay.
Can you
2
tell me
times 1 is 2.
Okay, great. Now, when you have a number divided by itself, do you remember what that equals?
What?
It seems like you're very distracted tonight. Would you like to take another break before we continue
No,
working on
no,
this?
I'm trying to think. That's why.
Well, I'm asking you questions that you know the answer to. I never
Yeah,
ask you
that
something you
right
don't
there
know.
is 1.
There's one. I never ask you something that you don't know the answer to because that wouldn't be very fair.
I know the answer. I'm just trying to like I'm just
What is
trying to
one?
get it in my brain.
What
And
is
I
1
know that.
plus
And it's 5.
is 5? Very good. So it took us a while to get through this, and we may not actually remember what the original question was asking. So let's hold on to that number. And let's go back up to the original question. It says, find the y-intercept of a of x. The y-intercept is when x equals 0. What is the y value that we just found?
The y value that we just found, 5.
5. Now it wants you to label the point on your graph above. So let's go back to our graph above here.
Okay.
There is your y-intercept right there.
Okay, so
So go ahead and add that point, please.
okay. Okay.
You got it down?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready to do the next question? Sourish, are you ready to do the next
Yeah.
question?
Yeah. We're
Great.
ready to do the next question.
Okay. So the next question asks, could you read it to me?
The next
What is-
question is
What does the next question ask? Yeah.
find the x-intercept of AX algebraically. Label the points on your graph above if possible.
Okay. So look at this graph. This is the same graph. Okay. Does this graph ever cross the x-axis, which is down here?
Yeah.
Okay. You say yes, but the thing is this line on the left, it goes up forever. And this line on the right goes up forever.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll ask my question again. Does this graph ever cross the x-axis here? Does it ever cross this line down here?
No.
No. Have you ever played a video game where you're up here playing and this is like the allowable space that you can be in, and then sometimes they like let you, there's this like sort of gap or area, and then you can see something off in the distance. That's kind of what's happening here is you maybe you kind of looks like it could be possible, but you can never get there. Okay, so the
Okay.
answer to C is that there are no x-intercepts.
No x-intercepts.
Yes.
Okay, so no x-intercept. I'll just write for C.
Yes. Now, unfortunately, we have to do a little more work for C because your instructor wants to see it written out. But I want
Okay.
you to see. I want you to see that visually there is no way that it ever crosses this. Okay, so here is how you do it analytically. Analytically means like writing it out. So you're going to copy down everything below this line. You're going to copy down. This is still for C. Okay, you're going to copy everything down that I write here. So it's 1/2 absolute value x plus 2 plus 4. And then you subtract 4 from both sides. Minus 4 equals 1/2 absolute value x plus 2. And then you multiply both sides by 2.
Okay.
Okay. And this is where you stop and you say that this is impossible. And that also leads you to that fact that there are no x-intercepts. Does the absolute value ever return a negative number?
And maybe yeah.
So let's look here. Let's say x equals 0. What is the absolute value of 0?
Absolute value 0, 0.
0. Let's say x equals 1. Then the absolute value of x is the absolute value of 1. What is the absolute value of a positive number? Itself. Now let's say it's -1. The absolute value of a negative number is always positive. So by definition, this is very important. The absolute value always returns positive.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So you need to get all this down for part C.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I got it down.
Okay, are you ready to move on to part D?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to solve this equation, and this is like the intro into the second page there. We kind of already did it, but let's do it again here for part D. Okay, so part D, you have to solve this equation.
Okay.
So just follow the steps here. Follow along with me. We're going to subtract 4 from both sides. So 1/2 absolute value x plus 2 equals 6 minus 4. We're subtracting 4 from both sides. What is 6 minus 4, Sourish?
6 minus 4?
Yes,
2.
2. Very good. Okay, so get this line down. Let me know when you're caught up, and then we'll continue.
Okay.
Do you have this down?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to undo this 1/2 here, and we undo it by multiplying by 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So on the left side, it's x plus 2 equals 4. The right side is 4.
Okay.
Okay, so now, do you remember from the other night we were solving problems like this?
Yeah, I just need to write this down. Okay.
So when solving an absolute value equation like this one, you first write what's inside the absolute value in 2 places.
Okay.
Do you remember what you write to the right of the first equal sign?
4.
4. And then over here to the right of the other one, what goes here? It can't be the same. What is it? Do you remember what it is?
And 4.
It can't be the same.
-4.
-4. Good. Now to solve this, we're going to subtract 2 from both sides.
Okay.
So on the left, that's 2. And on the right, that's -6.
Okay, got it down.
Great. All right, so let's look at some questions on the other page.
Okay, so all right.
let's
Okay.
look at 2A.
2A, okay.
Solve each equation. So our goal is to isolate the absolute value. Okay, so do you see how there's this -1/2 out in front?
Yeah.
What did we do in this last problem? How did we undo the 1/2 out in front? What is this over here to the left? We had 1/2. What is this 2 doing?
The 2 is multiplied.
Right. So we have -1/2 this time. So instead of multiplying by 2, we're going to multiply both sides by -2. We're going to multiply both sides of the equation by -2.
Okay.
Okay, so on the left-hand side, it's absolute value x plus 10. On the right-hand side, what is -5 times -2? What is -5 times -2?
10.
10. Excellent. Okay, now, when you solve this, you write x plus 10 equals x plus 10 equals. You write whatever's inside the absolute value in 2 places.
Okay.
Now in the first equal sign, you're going to write the number
Okay.
10. In this position over here, you don't write 10. What do you write instead?
You write -10.
Very good. Now you solve both of these by subtracting 10 from both sides. So on the left, you have x equals 0. On the right, you have -20. Did you get this down?
I'm getting down.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Right, excellent. Do you want to do any more problems today? We can probably get done another one if you would like.
Can we do all of them?
We won't have time to finish them all.
All right, maybe we'll just maybe it's fine. Maybe it's as good.
We can do one more for sure. So let's do one.
Of course, we can do one more.
Okay, so let's look at 2B. So 2B says, I'll just write it down this time. 2B is 5 absolute value x minus 2 plus 2 equals negative 23.
Okay.
So the first step here is to subtract 2 from both sides of the equation. So the right-hand side is negative 25. And then you want to undo multiplication by 5 by dividing by 5. So you have the absolute value of x minus 2 equals negative 5. So let me know when you get up to this step, because this is the most important one to talk about.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I asked you this earlier. Does absolute value return negatives? Let's go back and look. So the absolute value of a 0 is 0. The absolute value of 1 is 1. The absolute value of negative 1 is positive 1. Does absolute value ever return negatives? No.
Yeah. Okay.
So this right here, do you see how this is negative right here? This has no solution.
No solution. Okay. Yeah, no solution. Okay. So I
Okay.
have to write it down?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
All right, why don't you let your dad know we're all done for today?
All right, Dad.
Hello, hi.
Hi, Dr. Kithari. We're all done for today. We're able to get through most of this worksheet that he sent over. A couple problems remain that he can try on his own. He did seem a little bit distracted tonight, but we were still able to get quite a bit done.
Oh, okay, so you didn't do well today?
Oh, I think he did fine. Just he seemed a little bit distracted. We took a short break in the middle and everything was fine after that.
Okay, okay. So he's able to understand the problem concepts?
Yeah, it was.
As best as I can tell, he is. I would love some more feedback from him verbally, yes, no kind of thing. But
Okay.
overall, I think it's pretty good lesson today, and we'll leave it at that, and I'll see you guys, I guess, next Thursday.
Yeah, okay, all right then.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Great.
Yeah,
Enjoy your
bye,
weekend.
Matthew.
Bye, Sourish. Have a great weekend. See you next week.
Yeah.
So